Yeah. So now my requirement is I have the multiple files. Okay, I have the multiple
Mm-hmm.
files of same record format. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
from my source feed I am getting some 20 files. All 20 files are coming from same branch only. Say all 20 files may contains same information also. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
record format is same. In that case, if I want to read all 20 files, if I am not aware of the any advanced options, I will go for the 20 input files. Okay, I will just gather all 20 input files. I will connect these flows to some gather component. There I will convert into single file. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going
Mm-hmm.
that, what you can do is you can use an option here, which is called ad hoc multi-file. You can just click on the partition option here. Okay, click on the
Mm-hmm.
partition option, open the edit menu here. You can see you can give the any number of files. Okay, so let me give some file. I have some file, I think with same record format. I have 2 3 files. Okay, so this is my path. I have J into A, J into A1.
Hey, do you know if we have any Ab Initio certifications also?
Certification very difficult. Difficult in the sense, in India that is not available. US it is available. I think you have to pay much for certification also. Indian rupees, I
Mm-hmm.
had like I am not sure. I had minimum 1 lakh rupee have to spend for certification.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, India it is not available. We tried actually. Tried in the sense we tried to inquire about that. So I came to know that it is not possible in India. There is no one who got certified in India. I mean, if they didn't do any on-site things and all. If you go on-site, we have. I mean, yes, we can do. You can check with the Abinitio Corporation for that. Like you can just
Mm-hmm.
because there are 3 levels. Basic level is there, intermediate and advanced level. Basic level, I think we can clear, but in basic level also, most of the questions will be there in the record formats only. How to define the DMLs and your basic functionality of each and every component, your giant in-depth functionality, everything you have to cover in the basic. So
Mm-hmm.
if there is any chance, if you get certified in Ab Initio, you will be the like you can learn you can earn anything. Not only learning, you can earn anything. Because I heard in India there are 4 guys in 5 years back there were 4 guys who got certified in Ab Initio. So one
Mm-hmm.
guy name is Ramanit Singh, another guy is Chalagola Venu, I think. There are 2 more guys. So now they are in a position. Chalagola Venu is handling the travelers insurance SBS portfolio. He's vice president there. So I think you might have heard about the travelers insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biggest
Yeah.
insurance in the US, right? So there he is
Mm-hmm.
handling on one portfolio. He's vice president. He got good position for Ab Initio portfolio in the travelers. Another guy is Ramanand Singh. He just established a new company. 3 years back. 3 years back, he just established a new company in India. Company name is called Incandescent. Since he got certified, he had many contacts with Ab Initio and Citibank. So he's just handling Citibank projects. He's earning like anything.
Okay.
2 more guys also, I think they are leading some other organizations. So
Mm-hmm.
like a very good opportunity if you can do. So I am giving one file here. So jntua.dat, and I have another file. You can give the multiple files like this. Okay, any number of files you can go like this. Okay, and this way you can pass the multiple files. Okay, but all files should be of same record format.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can see the depth here. My depth is 2 now. Okay, so my depth
Mm-hmm.
is 2 now. You can if you increase the depth, you can see the depth here, 3 4 and so on. You can delete,
Mm-hmm.
you can add the new one and all. Okay, so now you can see the layout or depth of your component as 2 here. This is the ad hoc multifile. We will call this as the ad hoc multifile, ADHOC multifile. So we have the multifile concept. And multifile is different. Multifile is composed of your control partition and data partition. But here, there is no concept of control partition and data partition. It's a kind of collection of serial files only. Collection of serial files I will call as the ad hoc multifile or multiple files. Okay, I can read the data here, I can process the data from here. Okay, but your record format should be same. You cannot pass the multiple formats. Okay, so now this is the ad hoc multifile. So this is fine.
So you have only one record format or you have two record format here?
Only one
Only one
record
record.
format. So because this is the common record format for all the files you are reading here. Okay, so now you can review all records from two files. So how my component behaves internally, it gathers all records as a single file only. It will process as a single file only. Okay, but this is fine till 2.12 version. This is fine. But my requirement here is if I know the file names now itself, I can pass the file here. But my requirement is, I have a file like I am getting some list of files into some landing area. I have the landing area. So in my landing area, I will receive the couple of files. The file names might be different, right? So I'm not aware of the file names. The file name can be anything, but I know some standard like all files should contain the suffix as dat, extension as dat only. So my requirement is all .dat files I want to read, all .dat files. How many number of files I have, I am not aware of the number of files I am receiving on my daily basis. So I want to read all my number of files. Okay, so another thing is, even if you can pause the multiple files here, so among all these files, I am passing some 10 files today. Out of 10 files, one file may get missed on production on some day, some other day. So I am not receiving all the files. I may receive only few files among all these files. Then my process will fail, right? So now I need some control on this file. I need some control on the multiple files. If the file is not arrived, I want to run the process. Sometimes I want to skip that file. Sometimes I want to ignore the error, or I want to fail the process, or I want to get some notification. Okay, so this kind of options I need, right? And another thing is, my file may be some compressed file also. One file may be compressed file, another file may be uncompressed file also. Okay, so I want to handle all these kind of scenarios. So then this ad hoc multifile concept may not be comfortable. I mean, I may not feel comfortable with this component because there are not many, there are no options to handle all these kind of compressed files, and your if the file is missed, I cannot handle the scenario here. Okay, that is why from 2.13 component onwards, there is a component called read multiple files component. So this read multiple files helps us to read the multiple files. This is excellent component. There are many options in this component. Okay, let me show you the component in the help file, so you can easily understand the component, because that is there are simple parameters, so you can remember easily. So how this component behaves is okay, so first you have to let me show you the component, then you can understand. So I think you have to practice this component on your version. So I don't have component here. Okay, so you can see the component. This is the component name, read multiple files. You can see some input port here. So how this component behaves is, the input you are passing to this component is not actual data set. It's a file name. The file contains the list of file names. Okay, I'll show you that. So I have, let me take some WordPad. I have a file name. My file name is called some file list.lst. Some file name I have. Okay, my file name is called file underscore list.lst. This file doesn't contain actual data set. Okay, this file contains the URL of each file name I want to read as the multiple files. Okay, if I cut on this file, this file contains the records like the first file can be some branch1.dat. Okay, second file your branch2.dat, branch3.dat. Okay, so like this, you know, you have the multiple files,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all files should contain same record format.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the file URL will be showed in a file. The file name is called filelist.dat. I will take some input file here. Okay, the input file I will give the path of my filelist.dat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give the path like dollar $a underscore serial underscore serial slash file underscore list dot lst. This is my file name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
record format for this file is only, this file contains only one field name. Okay, the field name is called, let me create the embedded one. Okay, the field name is called, which is string field. Okay, so slash or slash n I have, because I have um, only one field name. The field name is called file underscore name. That's it. It contains only one field name. The field name is called file name. In the file name field, I can see all these file names.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Okay. I can my file contains my file doesn't have the actual data. It contains only the path of my each file name I want to read. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
now this component I will connect to my read multiple files component. Okay, this component I will connect to my read multiple file. That is not available in my version. I am just taking some reformat. I just to show you as an example, I want to just connect this component as a read multiple files. Okay, so now this is
Mm-hmm.
my read multiple files component. Okay, so now this component reads each record. Reads the first record. My first record contains the path of my first file. It reads the branch1.dat as the file name. It doesn't go to next record. Okay, till the completion of this record. It will read the file contents from the branch1.dat. It reads all file
Mm-hmm.
contents from branch1.dat and then branch 2 and then branch 3 and so on. It will read all the files contents. Okay, from the read multiple files component.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this component is available in the dataset folder. So I mean, you can see dataset folder in your version, I think minute. Yeah, dataset folder only you can see this component. So now from the input port, it assumes each record is the file name. It will move to the file location in your Unix server, and it will read the all file content, and then it will move to the second record here, read all content from second file and so on. It will read all multiple files. That's why this component name is called read multiple files. Okay,
And then the output would be one file
one file.
concatenated all the records, right?
Exactly. So
And
coming
then
to,
it will be on the same order, the way it is defined.
yes, same order.
And then if one of the file is missing, then
Yeah.
what?
Yes, I have the control. I will come to that point. So now coming to record format first. So the input record format will be propagating from the my input file only, from here to here. So here I am not passing the exact record format. Okay, the record format of my each multiple file I can pass in the output port of read multiple files component. Here I can pass the actual record format.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So now coming back to your parameters. Okay, if you see the parameters, there are many parameters for this component. The first one is transform parameter. So before coming to transform, let me talk about the filter first. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now how I want to read the data from this component is, so there are some option. I can either skip the count from each file, or I can read only few records from each file. I have some 10 files. I want to read all 10 files. Okay, now how I will behave, how my component behaves is, so there is one option to skip some 10 records from each file. Out of 10, some 10 files, you know, I can skip the first 10 records from each file, or I can skip the first 20 records from each file. Okay, in case if your file contains header record, each file contains some header record. From each file I want to skip the header record. I don't want to read the header record. Then I can use the filter option as range. Okay, select the filter parameter as a range. Okay, then if you select filter as range, you can see two additional parameters again. If we set this parameter to range, you can see the skip count parameter, read count parameter. You can either use the skip count or read count. Okay, coming to
Mm-hmm.
skip count here, give the one here. The value is one for the skip count. That means the first record will be skipped out from each file, each data file. The first record will be skipped out. It won't read the first record. Okay, so your
Mm-hmm.
skip count can be maximum this value. It should not be greater than this value. We can skip maximum this many number of records from each file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, coming to read count, reverse of skip count. Read count in the sense I want to read only first 10 records from each file. It's kind of your head command in the Unix operating system. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I want to read only first few records from each file. You can give the number here. It will read only those few number of records from each file. Okay, so if in case if you select this parameter to none, it read every record. It reads every record. It don't skip any record. It won't move to read count also. The
Mm-hmm.
default is none. So now filter is fine. The next one is, okay, next one is file empty. Not file empty, file missing. This is your question, right? If the file is missed, what do you want to do? There are three options. Okay, the first option is fail. If the file is missed, you can select the fail option. The process will get failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the default option. If any of the file is missed from the list of records, I mean from the list of file names you are passing from the input file component, if any of the file is missed, the process will get failed. It will give the error. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and next one is ignore. I don't want to fail the process. I want to ignore the error. Okay, then you can use ignore option. The difference here is if you use the fail option, the process will get failed. So why my process got failed, what is the error message and what is the reject message, right? Both this will be captured by the port of my read multiple files component. You can see the reject port, you can see error port here, two ports you can see. Okay, file
Mm-hmm.
reject port capture the rejected file path. Error message capture the error message. Why my file got rejected? The cause of rejection will be captured by the error message. File error.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So remaining three are common. Reject error log is coming. These three ports are related to your input data. Okay. So now
Mm-hmm.
coming to parameters again. Okay, so this is about the file missing. If the file is missed, I can fail the process, I can ignore the process. Okay, I can get notification also. Notification in the sense, if you select ignore option, the process won't get failed. The process will be running without reading the missing file, and you don't get any notification. Okay, but if you select the notify option, so you can see some file reject and file error ports right in the component. For these two ports, you will get the notification. This file got missed, and this is the error message. You will get the notification for these two ports. You will select if you select notify option. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
similar way. Another thing is my file is available, but my file won't have any data. My file is empty file, 0 bytes file. Then go to this parameter. If the file is empty, what you want to do? Ignore the process, notify the process, fail the process. Okay, so these three options. Ignore in the sense, it will ignore it won't fail the process. Ignore the empty file and run the process. Notify in the sense, run the process but get the notification to your reject port and error port.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fail in the sense, fail the process. Don't run if the file is 0 bytes file. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but accept is different. Accept is related to your read as single record parameter. There is one more parameter which is some complex parameter, read as single record. Why I will go for this parameter is I have some multiple records in my input file, right? I want to read all records as a single record only. Got it, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
have some 100
Mm-hmm.
records in my input file. Okay, from each input file I am getting some 100 records. So I want to read all 100 records as a single record. I don't want to read as 100 records. I want to read as a single record. Then I have to set this parameter to true. then it means it will read all records as a single record only. But generally we don't go for this parameter. But if you want to read as a single record, if we select this option, then only my file missing parameter shows you the file empty parameter shows you the accept message. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if read as single record is set to true, then component produces a file with a length of prefix of 0 and no additional data. So there are no data, right? It will just
Mm-hmm.
read the 0 bytes data. Then you want to accept or not,
Mm-hmm.
you have to set the false option to a true option for this parameter. You can ignore this one. Okay, we never go for this one. So next one is file name error. The file is available, but the file name contains error in the sense, there are some standards, right? For the file name, like your file name should contain some alphabetic, your file name should not contain some special characters. You should not start with the hyphen. There are some standards for your operating system, depends on your OS. If you specify any wrong file path, wrong file name in the component, then it will give some error. So whether you want to ignore the process or you want to fail the process, if the file name is error, okay, then you can go for this parameter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
these three, out of these three parameters, we will generally use the file empty and file missing parameters only. And the next one is, next important parameter is your what is that, compressive parameter should be there, I think. Where is the compressive parameter? Yeah, compressive parameter. So compress in the sense, so like in case your file is a compressor file using some .z extension or .gz extension, okay, then what you want to do, you want to uncompress the data or what? Then if you want to uncompress the data, if your file is compressor file, select the compressor parameter to true. That means my file is compressor file, please uncompress it before doing the reading operation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is about compressor option. The last parameter, the important one, is the transform. Now I am able to read the multiple parameters. Okay, I am able to read the I am able to read the multiple files. Now I am able to control the files also. I can uncompress the files, I can skip the process if any of the file is missed, I can create some 0 bytes file also. I mean, I can just ignore the 0 bytes file also. But the thing is, coming to transform, so I am able to read all records now as a single file. I am able to read all records. So what is the transformation you want to do? Okay, without going for the reformat component, after this component, in read multiple files component itself, you can write the transformation. It's similar to your
Okay.
reformat transformation only, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you open the transform, we can see one additional function which is called get file name. This is very important function, get file name function. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so based on this function your component behaves, get file name function. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you see my input data here, I am passing some multiple file paths, but I am not passing the absolute path, right? I am giving
Mm-hmm.
some relative path only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because I cannot pass absolute, because my absolute path can be anything. If you want, you can pass absolute path, then that is fine, your component can easily read the data without checking for any
Mm-hmm.
parameters. But the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
my source directory can be different based on my environment. In my development environment, I have one URL of all these landing files. In my development or
Mm-hmm.
in my testing or live, I have another landing area. Okay, in
Mm-hmm.
that case, I don't specify the exact URL here, I mean the absolute path here. I will just pass the file names only. Another thing is, if I want to specify the absolute URL, because all these files are resided over some $AI serial, I am aware of this one. In AI serial file system, I have all these files. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now I have to define the file name in such a way. Go to your AI serial. Okay, AI serial, and in AI serial, read the all files. Read all files, you can give like branch start date is something you can give.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or you can give the file names also, right? So how you can specify this command or this statement in our component is, whenever you open the transform parameter, you can see the get file name function. This is the first function you can see in
Mm-hmm.
transform. Okay, get underscore file name. So same thing you can see in the help file, which is called get file name function. So here in the get file name, how we'll define the code here is, you will just, okay, how the function will be opened. The function will be opened like file name equal to get underscore file. In text mode I am talking about. In case if you are working on grid mode, you can easily drag and drop the syntax, but here I want to show you the grid text mode. This how the code will be opened. Okay, the function will be
Mm-hmm.
opened. So now I have to define the logic, like file name equal to, I have to concatenate AI serial. Okay, string underscore
Mm-hmm.
concat, because go to your $A serial first. Okay, take the $A serial. Okay, A serial forward slash, or you can give A serial comma, for this A serial append the forward slash comma, um, okay, after that your file name, right? So all these file names I have in my input file, right? I have the file name here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the field name for all these files in my file list.lst is file underscore name, right? Under the field file underscore name I have all these records. Okay, so now
Mm-hmm.
comment your get file name function in dot file underscore name. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now your string concat function concats the your file system path with forward slash and then your input dot file name. My input dot file name is first record is branch1.dat. The result of the statement is $A serial forward slash branch1.dat. Okay, the first record results in $A serial forward slash. Okay, my in dot file name is the branch1.dat for the first record. It is the branch1.dat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, coming to second record. Second record is A serial forward slash branch2.dat. Till the end of the file, my get file name function reads each and every record like
Mm-hmm.
this. So now this get file name function gets the file names from your input. Okay, it generates the file names. This file is the input for my read multiple files transform parameter. Now my transform
Mm-hmm.
reads the each parameter, I mean each file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in my transformation, if you want, you can apply the transformations like out dot some branch id equal to in dot branch id. Okay, this kind of transformation you can define in the transform function. Out dot you can specify out dot, you can give any kind of transformation, branch name equal to string trim or branch name. So how you will define the code in the reformat component, in the same way you can apply all this transformation in the read multiple files transform parameter. The only challenge you have to do is this function only. This function you have to define. Based on this function, your component behaves. Okay.
So this
So,
function, where you specify this function?
yeah. So when you open the read multiple files component, you will see the transform parameter, right?
Okay.
Open the transform.
Get
You,
file name.
yeah, you can see the get file name function. I'll show you that
Mm-hmm.
as well. In the get file name function, you have to define the code. So let me move to next. Okay. So this is the function you can see. Click on the transform package, you can see get file name reformat. Okay, in the get file name define the file name like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in the reformat function write your reformat logic. There is no logic here, write reformat logic. Repair input in the sense, in case if you are getting any invalid data, okay, you can just make the invalid as the valid data in reformat or repair input also. You can just repair the input. If you have some, if you are getting any malformed data, write your own string function, decimal function, do some typecasting, convert the string values into decimal values. All our business logic, whatever you have, you can write in the repair input function also. It's like your
Mm-hmm.
reformat component only. There won't be any
Mm-hmm.
difference. So the main thing in the read multiple files is this function only. So this is the mandatory function. Even if you don't specify any function, it won't fail, it will work. The mandatory function is this one. Okay, even if you don't write any reformat logic also, it will automatically assign the result from your input
Mm-hmm.
out, because it has the same field name, so it will just map the values in the format. Okay,
Okay.
so this is about this component. We will definitely have to use this component in the projects, because always will sometimes we'll be getting the same record format files. Instead of going with the multiple input files, you can go with the read multiple files component. After reading, rest are same. So rest of the components are same like your general components only. So you can see many number of parameters you can ignore because all the common parameters like your limit parameter, logging parameter, log group, error group. Okay, so all parameters are like your reformat component only related to your log and error handling and all. So this is about this component. So this is fine. I think the the way what you can do is you can you practice this component, so you have the access to your trial version, right? I mean your license, you got license to your training version. What you can do is you can
Mm-hmm.
just get the examples. There are many examples for read multiple files. You can see one graph. Otherwise what you can do is you can create your own files in Unix operating system with 4 or 5 files with same record format and read all the files or use some example files
Mm-hmm.
also if you want. A customer DAT, B
Okay.
customer DAT. There are A and A customer, B
Mm-hmm.
customer files in the example. Both files are same record format only. The fields might be different, but record format is same. The number of fields are same, right? You can go with that example, read A customer and B customer file, practice read multiple files.
Okay.
Okay, and another
Mm-hmm.
thing is I have some scenarios also on this component. I prepared some scenarios. I will share the scenarios on these two components. Maybe tomorrow I will be sharing the scenarios. You can practice on weekend, and
Mm-hmm.
this is fine. Next component is I'm able to read the multiple files now, but I want to create
Mm-hmm.
the multiple files at the end of my graph. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is excellent component because you never find out this kind of functionality in any other tools, I think. Because the
Mm-hmm.
functionality here is I am reading some input file, so there can be a single file, there can be a multiple files also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but my requirement is, okay, so 1 minute. My
But
requirement
do we
is
get in the projects? Do we get normally multiple files?
sometimes we will be receiving multiple files.
What scenario?
The scenario is so I have some source feed. I am getting some transaction data and I am getting some parties files and I am getting accounts data and all. So I have some three business in my project. Retail capital business and sales finance and all. So from all the three business, I am getting the same files because there are some common customers who are doing all the businesses: sales finance, capital finance, and deposits and all.
But their frequency, SLA, availability might be different, right?
Different, that is true, might be different. So sometimes I may receive the multiple files from the multiple sources. So same I'm getting some accounts information from few from one branch. From another branch I am getting another accounts information. But even if you have the multiple branches also or multiple source feed also, the record format is same because one
No,
file.
record format is same, but in the graph you need to make sure that they are available at the same time in the same frequency, right? And if you are tying them very closely,
Mhm,
if you're combining them, then you are making a very rigid kind of graph, right? You are reducing all the flexibility. If you are making them separate,
mhm,
then in case there is a difference between their availability, or if somebody wants to change something, or if there is any new requirement for one line of business, you
mhm.
cannot even change one field in the source file, right?
Yeah, that is different. If you have such type of SL and all, even you have to go in that way. You have to design in that way. But the thing here is,
Mm-hmm.
see, I have some four cities. Okay, I'm getting New
Mm-hmm.
York data, New Jersey data, and all. So then what I will do? I cannot design four graphs, right, to read the 4 feet, four branches data, or 4 cities data. I have
Mm-hmm.
to combine all the files into single file. Okay,
Okay, yeah, that's the
because
right scenario.
yeah, earlier days what was happening is we have very small number of records, business scope was very less for all the clients. But nowadays what is happening is every client is using only one tool. They don't want to go with the multiple tools. Earlier days, so five
Mm-hmm.
six years back, what was happening is there are some multiple tools. One tool is creating the multiple files, one tool is combining all the files, another tool is reading as a single file and doing all the operation. But nowadays
Mm-hmm.
directly I am getting the feed. I don't have any intermediate team in between the source team and my ETL team. I am directly getting
Mm-hmm.
the data. I have to modify the data, I have to read all the files. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then I have to definitely go with the read multiple files component.
Okay.
Okay, so but now another requirement is I have a single file or multiple files also. The number of files might be
Hey,
anything.
Narayana, one thing, Narayana, I was going through the vector part.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go through vector part once again.
Okay.
Um, I did not understand that vector part completely. I was going through some documents also.
Okay.
So I think I want to go vectors part once again.
Okay, fine. Like if you can share your screen, I will show you on your screen itself the vectors. If you want, I will show you in my denominator started, but this is difficult, right? Instead of going this again, what you can do is you have the role of component accumulation function, right? In your uh,
Yeah. You explained the normal roll up, right? And
yes,
normalize and denormalize. Yeah.
yes. So in the roll up, we will go with the accumulation function. If you want, I will take an example and show you the example also. So if you can share your screen, I
Okay.
can show you the example. You want to go through
So
now?
you need to share the cognizant this
No,
ID or this
no,
one?
no. Like you have the Ab Initio um, training
The
version,
same
right?
version, right? The one which you have provided.
No, not this one. If that is the version, I have the example, right? So you are saying like you got the license for your training version, right? Training in the sense,
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I can provide that. It
yeah,
will take me 1 minute
okay,
to log in there.
yeah,
But let me share my screen in the meanwhile. Or let me log in there. Just give me 1 minute.
okay, fine, fine,
Just give me 1 minute. Let me log in there.
okay. Oh, oh,
Automation result.
actually, after you started sharing, I missed recording the screen.
No,
Okay,
that's fine. That's fine.
fine, right?
That's fine.
Hmm,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, fine. So
So
now,
you
yeah,
yeah.
we have write multiple files component also. So we have to know how to write the multiple files. I think 10 minutes is 10 or 15 minutes required. If you want, I can continue. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll discuss about the write multiple
No,
files.
let's do it. So tomorrow I cannot take the class, but I can take a class on Saturday night, which is
Okay.
Sunday morning your time.
Okay.
So can you do that time?
Sunday morning, right? So at what time?
So Sunday morning and Sunday evening.
Yeah, Sunday morning. I mean, the time, the same time we want, some other time
No,
because.
so we can do one thing. Or wait, let's do this way. The Sunday evening same time, 2 hours. Let's
Okay.
do this.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but every time Sunday classes are not happening,
Not
so
happening,
I'm
right?
like,
Yeah, yeah, I agree that because it's not happening. I had to go to office and sometime I face some power issues. This weekend I am off actually. I'm not going to office, and see, I will take definitely. Even if there is no power issues also, I got 1 hour backup now. Even if there is power issues also, I can just relog in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so no
okay,
issues. I can cover that. And another thing is, yeah, try to practice that read multiple files, Rakesh. Like multiple files, I am not sure whether you have or not. I think if you search the examples in your in your home directory or in your AI serial, you may find out many files with the same record format. I think so. Try to
okay.
you work on that. If you need any assistance, you can just refer the help file. You can see the same code there also. If you need the
Okay, one thing I forgot to ask. Do we do in my training this thing? Do you know if I have some videos or some examples
Mhm.
on something?
like you have to depend on the component, Rakesh. Like first go through the graph which are using filter by expression, and then go through the graphs which are using some reformat and all. Component by component you have to go through.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Let me log in there.
Okay, okay.
I forgot to talk about them.
I think we are
Give me
almost
just.
done actually. We have only 1 or 2 sessions for components. We can go with the parameterization. After 1 or 2 sessions, we can start parameterization, reusability.
23 OIP.
That's why initial guys are asking me why are you taking too many days sessions? You can complete. Other trainers are taking only maximum 25 days only. They are going very fast actually. You are prolonging the sessions. You are not able to complete even one batch in 1 month.
Yeah, no, but we are going very fast, right? We are not going much in detail on each and every example, right?
Examples we are
We're
not
just
doing, but the thing is, we are covering each and every parameter. The thing here is the trainers won't cover all the parameters. They will just give the overview of each component.
oh.
they will say like you can we don't use this parameter, we don't use this parameter, we need only transform parameter in each component. Even if you know the
Okay.
rigid threshold parameter, there are so many trainers, they don't talk about any rigid parameter, they will skip the parameter, they will say like we will always go with the bottom first rigid and you can forget about this parameter. That's why they are going very fast. They don't discuss about any advanced components and they don't go in detail. Just like a PPT, they will go fast. That's why they are able to complete one batch. You know, in 25 days, I am not able to complete. They are earning like anything. See, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I
Yeah.
got call from my training institute. They are asking me, "You are taking too many sessions, sir. Why are you spending more time?"
Yeah. Where is the formatting related, DML related graphs? If I want to learn DML related stuff.
Yeah, can you close this component organizer first? So can you press F9?
F9.
Yeah, F9 key. Your
Yes.
organizer will be
Yes.
closed.
Yeah, I pressed it F9.
I think it is not working. Okay, close the organizer. You can see the organizer window right on right side your city. Yeah,
Yeah.
close the organizer.
This
If you
one.
want, you can open again. Yeah, close this one and close the canvas overview also on top of the I mean the first one canvas overview. Yes,
It's not open.
can you scroll up? You can see the DMLs everything. The thing here is, you know, they don't embed the DML because the practice is you have to save the DMLs in a file, right? You can see all files in the DML directory. Okay, then you can go to
Okay.
your MP directory. There you can see the many graphs, right? In MP. So in
MP.
MP,
Okay. Yeah. MP is
MP
the graph.
folder, yeah, MP, you can see the graphs, right? So what you can do is take any graph, like you can see from scratch actually. Data, find, potential. The names like they will give different names. So don't go for giant component first. Select any graph. Take any graph. We'll see the graph which have the filter by special. Data sets create reusable MP. No, don't go for reusable. Design condition, departition, gather, design splitting, DML date format. Open the DML date format. DML date format.
Mm.
Yeah, click on OK.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So can you place the mouse over the component, change data? I think reformat component, right? This is what you have to learn. This is the reformat component. You have to see the code. I think they are doing some kind of typecasting here. Date format typecasting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So open a graph like this, understand the code, run the graph. You can practice the same example in another session if you want.
So where is the code? Where is the transformation? There's
Transform
no
by
no
default will be
transformation.
assigned. So can you I think here assignment is not required, because why is not required is the functionality of this graph, they are just changing the record format only. That is why, you know, we can see the you can find out the record format. Open the reformat input port and output port DML, because one of
Okay.
the mechanism of reformat component is it don't require transformation. By default will map the same values. You can see same values in both ports in our input file and in our output file. You can see same record format, same file name and all, but the date format they might have changed. If you see date format here, close this window, close this window.
Mm-hmm.
Here the date format is YYMMDD. Open the output file. Can you open
Mm-hmm.
the input file? I think same data format why they are using. They have to. I think they are using some kind of same record format. Okay, description. The data in the transaction file uses a date format. Close this window. We'll see the description. I think they have given some description here, right? I think we have to understand that. The data in the transaction file uses a date format where the month is not immediately obvious from the data. To avoid that, we want to change the data format so that the month is three letter abbreviation instead of using two digits. On the output file component, change the date format from the transaction date field to YYMMD. Okay. Note this format is not on the drop down menu. Okay, fine. So I think you have to practice this one. Open the output file.
It is
Transaction
2
date
mm
is,
only.
yeah, you have to modify this one. I think as an exercise you have to change this to this format. Change date to some YYMMDD format.
Okay.
Okay, and run the graph. We'll see the output.
Okay.
I
So
don't know
can I
why
change
they
now?
didn't. Yeah, you can change. I think
Should I say it this way?
Yeah, YY hyphen MM-DD. YY hyphen triple M as the, yeah, MM. So run the graph, we will see. I think we
Save.
have to, yeah, save the changes. So I think we have to apply transformation also. We'll see how it goes. Run the graph. I think typecasting we have to do in the reformat. I don't know whether this version they have given the typecasting automatically. Open the output. You can see both input and output. We can compare.
So where is this is the date here? This one.
Yeah, there is a date, transaction date. Okay,
Yeah,
you
this
got it
converted.
right. Yes, simple transformation only. Okay,
Okay. So this is exercises basically. This is not
you need the exam. I mean,
right.
if you want to go through the scenarios, what you can do is go to your help menu. Help menu.
Mm-hmm.
Click on examples. No, not examples. Uh, examples only. Examples only. Yeah, click on examples. We'll see. Can you scroll down? You can see cookbook. Cookbook you can see, right? Go to see cookbook. Yeah,
Mm.
select that one. Install. Close this window. It is open. Yeah, it's installing, right? 1 minute.
Mm.
So you can see many examples here. You can see many exercises in the cookbook. Open sandbox. Click on open sandbox. Open sandbox. Yes. Uh, cookbook. Take any graph. Each folder is a example here. Each folder is a sandbox. You can take
Mm.
I think decision difference data audit. Take the header. Yeah, yeah. Close
I
this
got
window.
this one.
Close install examples window. Yeah. Go to MP folder. Yes. So take any graph. So HD build. It's a kind of building headers, I think. Yeah. How to build the headers, I think.
Okay.
So you can see some logic. So like this, you just open the header now. Similarly, you can see many sandboxes in our open sandbox folder. You can open all the sandboxes. You can practice. So because I never got any access to this kind of ab initio license because
This
we
is
never
very good
requested.
exercise, right?
Sorry,
This is very good exercise, right?
very good exercises.
This is everything is ready-made kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. So they have given. This is I mean, this project is designed for the training purpose only. Ab initio Corporation training purpose. That is why we will get everything from this cookbook. So if you can go through this cookbook, you'll be expert actually. You will become expert.
Now, if I want to see the actual file, how do I see the actual file?
Can you just close this one? Close this window.
Sorry.
Close
Sorry.
this window as
Okay.
well. Close this window also. Press F11 button.
Uh-huh.
Press F11. Yeah, on the keyboard.
I did not hear. Sorry.
F11 key on the keyboard.
F11. Okay.
Yes. Oh no. Highlight the input file component. Highlight and press F11. Highlight.
This
Press
one?
F11. Yeah. F11 first. Now press the F11 key. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Parameter should be displayed. Okay. Go to your open the component.
This one?
No, input file. You highlighted, right? Input file component. Open that.
Yeah.
I mean properties. Go to your properties. No, click on the properties. Properties are double click on the
Yeah.
component. Yeah. Go to your data.
Mm-hmm.
So a serial path I need where it is pointing to. Okay. Can you close this one? Close this window. Press F8 key. F8. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Huh? So go to run menu. Run menu. Execute command. Yeah, type the command, what I say, echo, echo, echo,
Where here
yeah, here,
or below?
yeah,
Here?
yeah, echo, no, it's small letter,
Huh?
it's a kind of Unix command, small letter, echo, space dollar $a serial, dollar $a underscore serial,
Okay.
Enter. Can you maximize this? I want to see the value of A serial where it is pointing. Yeah, you can see the path now, right? So go to this path. You can see all the data files.
But it's not showing complete path, right?
Is the complete path only. It will show like this only. You can just copy and paste the same thing in the Linux. You will go, switch to that path.
Okay, but right now if I go to, if
Linux.
I, so I cannot go to Linux now, right? This is Windows, right? Or Linux?
No, it's like Windows desktop only, but your code will be on Linux, which is your Ab Initio server actually, Ab Initio Corporation server. Can you go to your desktop? I think there you can see one icon to connect to Putty. Putty EME shell is there, right? The second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Open that. So login.
Okay.
You have the credentials, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, nowadays you are getting this one. Say earlier days when we started our career, we
Mhm.
don't have access to this kind of training and all. We are not aware of this training also. That's
Yeah.
okay.
1, 2, 3, YP, okay. Okay, done.
Then right. So yeah, now use CD command and paste the path.
Copy. Okay.
Yeah, give LSF and LTR. You'll see the many data files.
LTR or LRT?
You can give anything. LRT, LTR. Anything is fine. Option can be any order. So you can see only HTML input and HTML items input. Only two files are there, right? You can
Yeah.
use cd dot dot. Cd space dot dot.
CD
Space
space
dot dot.
dot dot.
Yeah. So now give LSF and LTR. Enter. Enter. Yeah. Give LSF and LTR now. Anything LRTR, LTR. Anything. You can see many things, right? So these are directories actually. You have to switch to each and every directory. You can see the corresponding file here. So for each graph they created one directory here. For header graph one directory, difference graph one directory. So you can see the
Okay.
many files here.
This is the file, right?
Yes, this is the file.
Okay. So this is the file. Okay. And if I see the format here,
Yeah, you can see format.
so this is a decimal. This is
Slash n because the
decimal.
Linux, right? You can see slash n and the new line delimiter. This is Linux.
So this is transaction ID,
Yeah, customer
customer
name,
name, item,
quantity.
quantity.
Yeah, you can see quantity
This,
is null. Can you, if you can see the fourth record, see, you can see transaction ID, customer name,
yes,
and item,
right.
but you don't see quantity and cost.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth record, I think. Fourth record is 9.68, right? What is that? Fourth record. T2 is transaction ID. Where
Okay,
is the
this one.
customer name? Yeah, customer name is not
Every,
there. Item is not there. Quantity is not there.
but it doesn't say null, right? It should be not nullable, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How they design the data here. Your VA mode is displaying properly only, right?
Is there any
Oh,
dot
oh,
dots or
got it,
some null
got it.
space
No,
we
got
have?
it. Yeah, got it. So the thing is, that's a header record, I think. That is the header record. If you see the logic, you will come to know. So here you can see T2 is the header actually. That's why sorry, Taylor record. T is Taylor record. This
Mm-hmm.
is Taylor record actually. They might have defined some other DML for Taylor. In the first input file, they will read everything as the everything in the five fields only, but they have to filter after that. Tailor should be filter,
Mm-hmm.
header should be filter. The scenario here is H in the sense header. They have to filter header records, Tailor records, detail records. If you remember our session, also I told you there are some indicators
Okay.
for header and all, right? You can filter.
Okay. But if I filter H also,
Yeah,
then also I have transaction ID, I have customer name, I have
yeah,
item.
yeah,
I don't have quantity, I don't have cost.
yeah. Yeah, they might have used some other logic, like they might have just split the record into different values. I mean, they might have filter only H3, like using some string function. They might have filter only the H and all. I think if
Mm-hmm.
you see the code, you will come to know.
Okay, I will try to see into
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
if you start checking these graphs, so you will find out the number of enough exercises. You don't need exercises also from because there are many things you can learn from this
Yeah, right,
book.
right, right. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But there's no recorded video sessions here, right? This is the sessions that they have.
Yeah, they don't provide. If you want to get the record session, they have actually. If you check with your manager, you will come to know. They will have the record session also. I think we have to buy those record videos also from Abinitio Corporation.
Okay.
They don't give it free of
See.
cost actually.
Where that window went actually? You opened some window, right?
Uh,
Uh,
which window? Cookbook, you mean? Which
yeah,
window?
header
Header,
this
right?
thing,
In
right?
the
Header.
sandbox view, you can see if you come down of your sandbox, you can see two tabs. Come down, come at the bottom of your window. Not scroll down. Come, yeah, you can see header. There you can see two names. Header. Click. Yeah, this is the another sandbox. Graph dev basis one sandbox. Header one sandbox. If you open the multiple sandbox, you will be able to see the multiple tabs here. For each sandbox, you can see one tab.
No, but how did this header head come? I forgot that.
You just open the one more sandbox. Can you go to open sandbox? I mean, go to your project. Yeah, open sandbox. You can see multiple
Okay.
sandboxes here, right? So you just open the header.
It's all a sandbox, right?
Yeah, all are sandboxes
Okay.
only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to go through this one.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
Rakesh.
man.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
So Sunday evening, same time, right?
Same